What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? What's up? How is everyone doing today, man? I hope everybody's having a good one. Make sure that we locked in. All right, cool. All right, y'all. So, number one, I just want to say hello. I hope you guys had a good day. I had an okay day. I hope you guys join me. And if you are watching this and I'm not live, make sure you subscribe. You feel me? I appreciate all of you. Uh, for all of the love, support. Let me just pull this up. And we are going to do a nice little video. An informative. Wait. Informative video. Excuse me for my incorrect grammar. Um, on the buyer's price list, okay? And I know a lot of people have. There we go. I know a lot of people may have some type of question, like what is the buyer's price list, right? So number one, let's break down what a buyer's price list is, and my reasoning for actually doing this is because I've had a few people that I am shocked. Three to be exact. What the heck? Maybe because I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I had three to be exact. And they didn't even know what a buyer's price list was. Okay, and that's kind of scary to me because in order for us to succeed as phone flippers, you have to understand that we have to be able to tell what the market value for phones is, right? And that's where we have to make sure we have some type of a list to go by. Now, I urge people, please don't do what I used to do and just go by my head and what I think. Business is not about what you think, okay? That's not what business is about. If you go and operate a business based upon what you think, you're going to fail, period. Okay, you're going to fail, and you're going to fall flat on your butt, and you're going to put too much money in the phones. And again, I am completely okay with you putting too much money in phones if you want, but you know, it's against my better judgment, right? So I'm here to help you save money. Okay, let's just make that clear. Now, when it comes to the price list that I use, the price list my guys use, the price list that you guys always see me go off of, it is the Phone Flippers Buyers price list. It's $80 one time, 25 international and interstate buyers, and the price list gives you basically, it gives you the market value of all of the phones, tablets, Samsungs, iCloud blacklisted, iPads, Apple accessories, Apple Watches, MacBooks, and I do want to go over like what the heck is this. So for all of my new phone flippers, people that are just finding me, my name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize in helping people make extra incomes. And phone flipping is something that I'm very familiar with. I love it. I love helping people learn how to resell as well. But when it comes to phone flipping, that's just part of my nature. It's just something that actually got me my first car. I'll never forget, it was a Hyundai Sonata, and it got me out of a clunker. And ever since then, I ain't looked back, right? So a lot of people, they ask me, number one, like, yo, B, how did you get into this? Like, what made you get into phone flipping? And I'm going to do a whole video on it because I don't want to, go into a whole story time. But I was just talking to my family, right? And I was just talking to my mom because, and it's no New Year's thing, right? Like, I hate the fact that this is happening towards the New Year's, but it's not like no New Year better me, It's more so I see a big flaw in my character, flaw in me and who I am. And I want to get back to knowing myself. As an entrepreneur, you can start to lose yourself. So I actually went back and talked to my mom about something. So just a little short rundown and summary of how I started. I was a kid that was always given a silver spoon or a golden spoon, if you will. I wasn't raised in Philly. My mom moved me out of Philly. I was raised in Jersey. My mom was very strict, worked for the government. Told me I was a failure because every time I brought back bad grades, I really didn't like school. I didn't want to pay attention. It wasn't that I couldn't. I didn't want to. I just wanted to play basketball for the team and win a chip. And my mom wasn't happy with that. She felt like she raised a more smart and mature individual. I wasn't being that. My mom kicked me out. I used to sleep in the cars. I used to sleep in Walmart parking lots. I used to sleep in the front yard, in the back of the house, in friends' basements. They would sneak me over, and their parents wouldn't know. And I would sleep in the basement. Shout out to my guy Justin. I used to sleep in Justin's basement. Long story, but let's just say, being kicked out awarded me new experiences that I could never get back. And one thing is, I got tired of getting kicked out. And I told my mom this today. Like, she conditioned me and taught me how to try and make people feel as if they need me. And that's what my mom was trying to do, make me feel like I needed her. So she kicked me out, told me I wasn't going to graduate high school, told me really a lot of things about what I wasn't. I never heard that, I'm a smart young man or anything. I would go to school and I would just draw up business plans. That's all I would do, is write business plans, type business plans. Got suspended one time from school because I used all of the paper in the library, printed out a whole bunch of business plans, and people from my high school on my Instagram literally vouched for me. This is a whole truth. I used all the paper, printed out all my business plans, and handed them all to my teachers and asked them to invest. Of course, none of my teachers invested in me. Look at you now, ha ha ha. But they never invested in me. Didn't believe in me. Some people they just didn't know. And not having that support made me look for that support in other areas. So I started an MLM, multi-level marketing company, called Wake Up Now. Was pretty good at Wake Up Now. I was on a call recently with an individual that said that he was good at Wake Up Now, and a lot of people was a part of Wake Up Now. Like, Wake Up Now was I was skipping school. To be a part of this Wake Up Now. Like, right now, I believe it's done. But yeah. So this is where I learned hustle for the first time. Was this Wake Up Now is where I learned the hustle. Okay, and I started to try and recruit people for my team. This was one of the things where you got to recruit people, and you sign this person up, and then you get paid, and they get paid. The more people that signed up under them. So one day, with my friend Dominique, one of my friends, we ended up going down into different developments, which are like different places with houses, and we were a part of the basketball team. We would go knock on people's door, and then we would hit them with the, hey, our team just qualified for finals in Florida, and we are trying to do a fundraiser, and wanted to know if you guys wanted to donate. I think it was like $50 at the time, $50 to our program. And we would take that $50 and we would sign them up for Wake Up Now. And that is where I started to understand I was different. Okay. And I ended up taking the pain that, I felt from just always being kicked out to, all right, I'm kicked out. Now what? Like, let me actually get something so I don't ever have to depend on nobody. Because if my mother could kick me out, who else would love me? You know what I mean? More than my mom. So, long story short, graduated high school. Mom, you were wrong. Then I ended up sneaking over to Philly and moving out. And when I moved out, I was a part of a seminar for Wake Up Now. And one guy that was a owner of a Sprint store came to one of my seminars. And when he came to my seminar, he was like, yeah, I really like your hustle. I like how you're talking. I like how you're doing a seminar. What if everybody in your Wake Up Now team or on your Wake Up Now team got Sprint? And we coordinated with that, and I cut you in. So I was like, all right, bet, for sure. So we ended up starting to work on, basically it was a thing where he would pay me like $50 every person that I got on my team to get Sprint. So it was a business account, right? So in return, they would save money. It all made sense, right? So long story short, we ended up doing that. And from that, he saw that I was really good at selling service. Hence, I was selling service and phones. And that's when I started to learn, yo, you can sell a phone to anybody. It just got to be the right price. And that's when it all started. So I'm leaving a lot of details out of it, but that's like the whole summary of, when I started flipping phones. Now, flipping phones was, to be completely honest with you, at that time, a way for me to survive. Okay, I had to survive. And me trying to survive, to be completely honest with you, has been, it's nonstop. I'm always in survival mode. I'm always trying to make the next dollar. And that's just how I was conditioned, and how, the circumstances I had in life put me. And I'm so thankful for that. Now, when it comes to flipping phones, you have to understand that flipping phones is sort of kind of like, it's sort of kind of like, you can do it, but you have a very small window for errors. If you pick up the wrong phone, and this is your first phone flipping, and you pick up the wrong phone and you put all your money in that phone, there's no guarantee you're going to get that money back. So let's just say you like, all right, I got $300 to flip a phone. So you take that $300 and then you go and invest in an iPhone 13. And let's just say that iPhone 13 wasn't a real iPhone 13. You screwed. Okay, like, it's not like you can go ahead and make a claim. It's not like you can get a refund. Phone flipping is a game that has very limited room for mistakes. And you have to make sure you're prepared for any type of condition or any type of circumstance that may come your way. And that's what I think excites me about phone flipping, because just like it's a real big risk, phone flipping also is a real big reward, because you're technically not really doing much. You're just investing your money and then getting some type of profit from it, and getting your money that you invested back. So phone flipping is good in that sense, but that's where a price list comes in. Okay, a price list comes into play when it's you not trying to make those mistakes that could potentially end your phone flipping business, because you didn't invest it on a whole bunch of assets, but you paid too high, right? And I don't want that to happen to you guys. So that's when I realized that I know I needed a price list back then, and I know you guys do too. Now, if you look at this price list, okay, we have conditions up here, okay? But before we get to those conditions, you got the information tab, which shows you exactly how to sell phones to the buyers. You have the new phones tab, which is new phones, okay? These are phones that are new, not used, new. We have the used category. We got Samsung, iCloud/blacklisted, iPads, Apple accessories, Apple Watches, and MacBooks. Now, what's the difference between a new and a used phone? I know it may sound rhetorical, redundant. A used phone is a device that can be graded from A, B+, B, C, D. Okay, these are grades, so they're graded by numbers. Oh my God, by letters. Excuse me. I'm going to sleep after this. Graded by letters. Now, the new devices are graded by box condition, to be honest with you. So, new/sealed, new/open, swap, HSO. Okay, so new/sealed must be non-active, box in good condition, all sealed, intact, never used. Okay, then you have activation. New open activation. So it has to be activated for less than 30 days, box in good condition, plastic on all accessories, and phone screen, never used. Now, if you don't understand that, that means that the person could not have been sitting on this device for 30 days. So you can't have one of those sellers that get phones and literally sit on them trying to sell them to people on OfferUp, and then boom, they can't sell it, so then they go try to sell it to you. And if the phone is past that 30 days, guess what, guys? It's considered used at that point. Why? Because you have to understand there is a period for unlocking, okay? There is a period between when unlocking is easy and when it gets complicated. And after 30 days, it gets complicated. But not only that, you have to understand that the longer you let a phone sit, the more it depreciates. Now, that's true when it comes to new devices, but when it comes to used devices, we'll sort of kind of talk a little bit more about that, because then that comes into the factor of time versus money, which time is valuable to some people, but it's not more valuable than money to some people. But you have it vice versa, where money is worth way more than time to people. Me personally, I believe that time is more valuable than money. I'd rather be free than locked up in a cage because I want some money. Money, if you let money control you, then you don't have any control. And if you don't have any control, then you cannot determine your happiness, and you really honestly become a walking puppet, which a lot of people are with their own jobs. Now, it's nothing wrong with having a job. I do not want people to get it twisted. It's nothing wrong with you having a job. Having a job should be a rocket ship that propels you to another level. Having a job shouldn't be something that makes you comfortable. It's two different things, okay? Now, swap. So a swap is a new device swapped from Apple, no box, no signs of any use, new, used. So, I mean, never used. So, like, I consider this new used. And what I mean by new used is it doesn't have a box, and it's a swap, which technically means it could be for refurbished, but it is completely swapped from Apple or Assurant, those companies. So if you have an insurance claim phone, that's a swap, okay? That can be considered a swap if you get it, and it cannot be ever, because the way that the insurance companies work, right, is sometimes they send you refurbished phones, sometimes they send you new phones. So I don't want to get it twisted, right? An insurance, and if you ever did an insurance claim more than once, you know what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes they'll send you a sealed phone for an insurance claim, or sometimes they'll send you a phone that's in a cardboard box. So it's like, please don't get it twisted. Like, if they send you a sealed phone, it's new. But if they send you one that's in a cardboard box, that's considered no box. Like, I've had people say, oh yeah, it has a box, and it's a cardboard box. Like, that does not count as a box for the condition wise. Like, it's not new / open with a cardboard box and a generic charger. Like, that's not it. That's a swap still, okay? It does have a box. I want to make that clear because the wording is a bit different and can get you confused. So a swap is any type of insurance claim except for an insurance claim where you get a sealed phone. Sometimes they send you a sealed phone if they don't have any in stock, okay? Now, HSO, new device, no box, no signs of any use, never used, must have plastic on it, no in model number. So, a HSO is going to be most likely a phone that you would get out of a kiosk at like Sam's Club, Costco's, if they have any in the mall, Walmart, Target, places like that, okay? Now, as you come down to the price list, as you guys see, all right, we have different categories. You have the column where it says the model, okay? So we have iPhones, okay, obviously, all right? And then you have the sealed, non-activated. Then you have the activated. Then you have the no box HSO. Then you have the deductions over here. Now, this is where people do not pay attention, and it's kind of annoying, and that's why I'm doing this live while I'm very, very tired. Now, I promised you guys I was going to do this, and I don't want to keep putting it off, because while I'm putting it off, somebody's making offers that are not going to make them money, and I don't like that, okay? So, we have deductions. If it has a scratch and you see -20, that means it's -20 from any price over here. So we have an iPhone 15 Pro Max 256 natural. We know that it was worth $1,000. But if it's scratched, okay? Now, Brandon, what do you mean by scratched? Literally what it says, okay? It doesn't say minor scratches. If there is a scratch on the phone, okay? But it shouldn't be a scratch because it's new, okay? Now, you also see a deduction for if it is less than or greater than 30 days. Now, that's a -20. If it doesn't have the plastic on the phone, -20. If it is a Cricket or Visible, -80. If it's a Flex, which is a kiosk phone, okay, that is going to be +10. I mean +50. Excuse me. So you got to read these deductions. They're all right here, okay? But that is how you can literally buy new phones. If it's sealed, you know that the price is going to be right here. Now, let's understand the pricing. These are not prices that the buyer is just going to pay you. The buyers 95% of the time will pay you more than this. This is market value. The way we do it is, once you want to sell us a phone, let's say you want to sell us the iPhone 15 Pro 128 and let's say you brought it for $450 and you're trying to sell it and it's sealed, not activated. You know that the market value for it is $500. So what we do, once you send that via email, which the email and everything is in the information tab. Once you send that, what we do is we go ahead and shoot it out to buyers, okay? We have 25 buyers on deck, international and in the state. I just met with a buyer today that's looking to come into the price list from the Dominican Republic, but I'm not sure if we're going to do that. I still have to vet him. I still got to try to check to make sure he's good. I don't just put anybody in this price list. I don't want to have the best price, and that's it. That's not the point of this price list. The point of this price list is not to have the best price. You heard what I said. The point of the price list is not to have the best price. The point of the price list is to point you in the right direction to make the best decision as a phone flipper. So, prime example, if you guys haven't heard, there's a price list called Atlas, but Atlas is only one buyer, okay? And it's a refurbishing company. So, they're going to have better prices on lower model phones. They will. But here's the difference is you're not going to be able to tell the market value for devices based upon one buyer price list. That is why I have a buyer's price list that is composed of 25 buyers, because I was in that position to where I had only one buyer's price list. He was holding me hostage, and I only sold to him. He wasn't holding me hostage. I was holding myself hostage because he didn't tell me I had to buy. I had to sell to him. So I don't want to say that. But yeah, I only had one. So I only had one opinion. This gives you opinions based upon 25 other buyers. So it's like you have to understand that everything is not going to be free. Okay. What's up, Tube? Is this how to buy phones and sell? This sheet is how you tell how much to buy a phone for. So I'll give you an example, broski. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, but I think you're a boy, but like, don't be offended if you're a girl. But I'm gonna just say I'm gonna show you how we do it, right? So the way you do it, this sheet right here teaches you if it's a new phone, it's worth this price. Okay, so let's say we have an iPhone 15 Pro 128 natural, okay, and it's sealed. That means it's not open. That means it don't have any damage because it has not been touched. We know that the market value is 80. I said 80. Yo, I am tired. The market value is $830. Excuse me, y'all. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't get to look at your profile picture, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to offend you. But all right, broski, I got you. So right now, you look and you see, okay, the market value is $830. So what you do is you can then say, okay, I know that it's worth $830. I'm not going to offer anything higher than that. Now you can subtract whatever you want your profit to be. So let's just say you want your profit to be $60, which that's okay profit. What you do is you subtract, then you have what your ceiling is. So this is what I want, right? So you know, all right, don't bet nothing over $770 because I want to be able to make that $60 profit. So knowing that this is the price you're trying to get the seller to sell you the device for, then you can subtract like $30 to play with so that you have some negotiating room. So what I would do is I'd be like, hey, I can buy your iPhone 15 Pro 128 natural for $740. Oh no, I can't do that. It's worth $1 billion. Okay, cool. I can do $770. All right. Boom. You got $60 profit guaranteed or more. because what we do is once you go ahead and get the phone, in this information tab, we have an email that you send us the IMEI and the model of the device with, and we literally send it to 25 buyers and they bid. So we put them against each other. Like, I'm a genius for this theory, I ain't gonna lie, because I put my pain from phone flipping into this and made it easier for you guys. So instead, I used to have to just take what they give me. Now what I do is I have them work against each other. So the way we have it is that email that's in that information tab, all of the buyers can see that email. So when you say, okay, I got that iPhone 15 Pro Max 128 natural, new, sealed, what they do is they'll say, okay, what's that market value? Okay, the market value is $830. So somebody from Virginia might be like, all right, I'll pay $830. And then somebody from DC, Washington DC might be like, man, all right, I'll pay $850. And then somebody from North Dakota might be like, all right, I'll pay $870. And what we do is we wait until they are done bidding, and then we send you back the highest bid. And then you determine if you want to sell it or not. So this isn't how to buy the phone. This is basically what price point to buy the phone for, okay? And that goes, and I'm just showing you what the price list is. The price list is right here. It's one time $80 because I have to pay these buyers. I literally, I pay for this. Like I composed a system that costs money. These buyers are on my payroll. So it's a bit different, right? Like Atlas is one buyer and they're not really a buyer, they're a refurbisher. And I'm sure that their overhead is completely different than mine. All right. So iPhone used. So we have a whole directory on what the different terms are up here. I don't want to focus on that because you guys can read. One thing I do want to highlight what a lot of people are not paying attention to is one of the worst color phones to buy is a red phone. One of the worst color phones ever. Now you might be like, what the heck? What? Let me tell you why. And I had to learn this. Red phones don't sell. Like, you would really think the opposite, right? Like, we would think, nah, people want the red phone. Nah, like, even in my stores, even in my experience, like, I've never, ever, rarely seen somebody be like, oh, I'll take the red. Never. You know? And overseas, they don't sell. Okay? The red is just not hot. I don't know why. It's just not. Okay? So that's why they do that. Now, you have grades. I need everybody to pay attention to this, okay? Everybody that wants to be a successful phone flipper needs to pay attention to this because I'm going to tell y'all something. I got people and students that are my mentees and they don't pay attention to this. I got some mentees. Shout out to my guy, Andrew. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Mar. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to a whole bunch of mentees that do pay attention. But the other mentees, we got some work to do. I ain't even gonna color code it. Y'all know the way I talk is like I'm your brother, right? I don't color code it. I don't want to make you feel good. That's not what my lives are about. My lives aren't to pat you on your back, right? My lives are to be completely honest with you and for you to take that honesty and do what you got to do with it, right? A lot of y'all mess up, especially when y'all make these offers. Okay, A+ grade is fully functional, perfect condition, no dents or scratches anywhere. Now, I got people that send phones to us and we have to send them back that literally say it's A+ and it has a scratch on it. All right. Why does it have a scratch on it and you say it's A+? So then when we start to say, all right, listen, we got to now do a whole nother negotiation with the buyers because you lied. You lied. Oh, I didn't see that crack. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. It costs to be a business, and also it costs you the time to actually inspect what you expect. So you think that a buyer is going, I'm going to give you a secret. Buyers don't like when people play with their time. So they're going to literally pay you less for playing with them because then it's like, you trying to get me, broski. Like, this is how I feed my family. And they only making like a $20 profit. but they buy a whole bunch of phones. We get a whole bunch of phones daily. Okay, when I say a whole bunch of phones, they're getting phones. I promise you that. B plus grade, fully functional, tiny scratch, and the outer frame is not bumped. Now, what does that mean? Now, a lot of these devices have dents on them. A lot of these devices have these little knickknacks. I just had a guy on OfferUp talking about I got an iPhone 14 Pro Max, but it has a couple scuffs on it. No, bro, those are dents. Those are not scuffs, my guy. Like, and that cost. Because who do you think has to replace that dent? Do you think I can go and literally sell that in a store? No, I can't, right? So you have to understand that it can't have those dents, those scuffs. They all matter. B grade, fully functional, dents or scratches present, no heavy/deep scratches. Now, one of the main things I do want to say that I see with a lot of people that send us B grade phones is the phones never have dents, and I appreciate that, or scratches. The problem is they have heavy, deep scratches, which are in essence cracks. Now, if you go with your thumb, okay, or whatever finger you got a nail on, you can literally see if it has a scratch or a crack. This right here is the sound of a crack, okay? If your fingernail goes into it, it is a crack. That's just how it goes, all right? Do not cheat yourself trying to think you're going to finesse the plug. I'm telling you, because the plug will leave you behind. Now, a C grade, fully functional, heavy dents or scratches, cracked glass. So that could be cracked back, cracked front, not both, but it has a good LCD. So technically, it can only be the back, but it could be a nice little heavy scratch on there, which is technically a crack. So that's why I said it can be cracked on the front or the back. So D grade is fully functional, heavy dents or scratches. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to. It cannot have a blacked out LCD. I don't buy phones that I can't see. It's number one rule. Don't buy a phone you cannot see. If I can't go into that phone and make sure that something that you don't have it locked or the camera works or anything, I'm not buying it. You'd be surprised how many people buy phones that don't turn on. That don't make sense. It don't. Samsungs. Okay. Now, matter of fact, let me go back here. And these are how the grades look, okay? It's really self-explanatory. All right? Unlocked, locked. Unlocked, locked. Unlocked, locked. Okay? It's it's there. It's definitely there, guys. All right? And then it just tells you exactly what it is, all right? Now, what I do want you guys to understand is we do buy other phones. Now, this is where people, I feel, get it a little confused. If you have a Samsung, we buy new, okay? Don't matter if it's sealed or not. A plus and B/B plus. It can have a heavy scratch on it. As long as it is not cracked. Samsung screens cost a lot of money. Okay? Let's just, like, you guys know that. Like, we know this, okay? We know Samsungs cost a lot of money, okay? The Z Fold screen, if that's cracked, that's an icy dunny bun. That's what I call that, icy dunny bun. Now, we also have the iCloud activation lock, and then we have MDM configuration. Okay? And that is locked. So that's just a passcode lock. Now, you have A/B grade. No dents, have light scratches. C grade, fully functional, serious cracks. So it goes from A/B grade, which it definitely just doesn't have to have dents or scratch, or it like has to be fairly used or rarely used, to be honest, okay? But when it gets to a lot of these Samsungs, they really are grade C most of the time. And when it gets to the Apples, because we do Samsungs too, when it gets to the Apples, they're usually grade C, but you're going to get a lot of grade A and Bs as far as passcode lock, because a lot of people steal phones. A lot of people find phones. And when we find these phones, you want to be the one to go ahead and get these newer ones, because if you look in your area right now on OfferUp and you look for iCloud locked, passcode locked iPhones, I put $1 billion up that they are out there, and you could be making $350 or more from a locked iPhone 15 Pro Max. Okay, you can make it. Trust me. Okay, I buy locked phones in my store for around anywhere 50 and under. It's not hard. I promise you guys. I pinky promise. Okay, then we got iPads. All right, now all of this stuff, after I explained the new and used iPhones, you should get it sealed. This is the price. Activated, which means open, okay, and turned on. Once you turn the device on, it's activated. And then we have all of these. Now, SEO/swap, that is exactly what it is. A phone that is bought at a flex location or swapped by Apple, or an insurance claim, okay? And then you got the Apple accessories. We got Apple pins. We got AirTags, Apple mouse, and all this other stuff. AirPods. But please don't try to get me with no replicas. I've had people try to do that, and it's like, bro. Apple watches, okay? Samsung watches. And of course, MacBooks, okay? Of course. Now that we went over the price list, I do want to say, like, you can get this price list, but I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not about you getting my price list. What this is all about is making you understand paying attention to details is so important, especially when you want to operate, own, and sustain your own business. You have to make sure you're paying attention to the details, because nobody is going to have to answer for it but you. So make sure you guys are using the price list to the best of your knowledge. To all or any, okay? I'm not calling out anybody. I'm not saying if it's one person or two people or 3 or 5. But to anybody that is asking me to call them, yes, you have my number, 445-500-9600. That is for you to text me. It's not for you to call me. I'm not going to answer your phone call. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now, because I am busy and I don't have that like time really to just sit on the phone and just chat, right? I love you guys. I love to talk to you. That's why I have these sit downs and do these lives. This happens to be a really late live where I'm at. But at the end of the day, it's like you guys easily, okay? If you need my help with something, you can easily just book a call. The reason I'm telling you that, because when you book a call, I put everything aside and I focus on you. Okay, I focus on helping you. And that's how it should be. You don't want no half-ass answer. You don't want me to sit there and not be able to talk to you. It's nothing like that. But what it is if I'm going to put something aside, I have to get compensated for it so that I can focus on you, right? I've had a guy recently ask me, hey, can you start listing on my eBay? I'm like, all right, that's fine. Right? I'll start listing on your eBay, sign up for eBay automation. He's like, well, you know, I don't want to do no coaching. I just want you to list for me. So I'm like, all right, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you, because then if I list for you and I don't work on any of my other clients, I'm taking out a lot of time, okay, to just do yours. And guys, you have to understand, there's no disrespect. There's no personal. It's just business. Okay. So make sure you book the call, because I won't be able to answer. Okay. And I have my own mentees. I have a whole mentorship program as well, an affordable mentorship program that I take a lot of pride in. Okay. A lot of pride in. And I try to make sure that I'm giving all of the information. It's only 111. So 111 for right now. Of course, it's going to go up. I try to make it as affordable as possible, because I know that a lot of individuals are just starting out, and the money that you're putting in could be literally used to help you be flipping phones. So that's why it's not too expensive right now, but it will be going up. I'm telling you that right now. All right, because it's a lot of work. All right. So that is going to be it, guys, for this live. I appreciate you. I hope that you guys are continuing to grow, continue to make the best out of your situation. And 1% better every single day shall be the goal. And we're going to make it happen. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, definitely hit me up, smash that like.